Here I go, let's go. Hello guys, today I want to talk to you about, well firstly, hello, welcome to Mr. Mickleburgh's Maths Hall. This is the way it is. Now, I want to talk to you about radians in the unit circle. We've certainly mentioned radians before, but today I want to relate it more to the unit circle. What we can do with the unit circle by relying on properties of symmetry is find out a whole lot more, a greater variety of exact trigonometric ratios using radians, just as we did for degrees the other day. Now, here I want to find the exact value of cosine 5 pi on 6. I would encourage you to look at it this way. 5 pi on 6 is just 1/6 short of pi, isn't it? If it was pi, we would have 6/6 pi, so to speak. So, when I'm mapping out a pi, I would go from the x-axis to the x-axis, but I'm 1/6 short. Okay? I only want 5/6 of pi. So that means, gentlemen, that theta in there is equal to pi on 6. So I've got 5 pi on 6 plus pi on 6 equals pi. I hope that's clear. There is another way of thinking about it. Remember, we can convert this, we can flip-flop between radians and degrees. Pi is equal to 180 degrees. 180 divided by 6 is 30. 30 times 5 is 150. So really, I'm thinking of that as 150 degrees. Either way, I'll get there. Now, what I need, therefore, is a triangle that deals with pi on 6. It's an equilateral triangle. And what I can note, the other thing I need to note is whether the cosine ratio is positive or negative in this quadrant. All stations 2 central is telling me the cosine ratio is negative on this quadrant. So what I can conclude is that the cosine of 5 pi on 6 is equal to the negative cosine of pi on 6. That is, okay? So pi on 6, here it is. I am talking about the cosine ratio, so it's adjacent over hypotenuse. So my answer is equal to negative square root of 3 on 2. Okay? Therefore, cos 5 pi on 6 equals negative square root of 3 on 2. Let's go. Okay guys, second example. Tan negative 4 pi on 3, or negative 4/3 pi. Alright, so we know about negative angles, don't we? They mean we are starting at the x-axis here as usual, but going clockwise. Now, how are we going to think about this? Well, 4/3 pi is 1/3 more than pi, isn't it? So really what I'll do is I'll start there. I'm going to use a different colour and go an extra third. Okay? So that's 1 pi from there to there, but I need an extra third of a pi. So that means that's pi on 3. Now what I'm doing here is really what I'm interested in is pi on 3. Here it is over here. And I'm interested in the tan ratio. The other thing I've got to notice is that the tan ratio is negative in this quadrant. And that's where I am, in the second quadrant. Only the sine ratio is positive in the second quadrant. So really, what I need to do is say this. Therefore, tan negative 4 pi on 3 is equal to negative tan pi on 3. And to my triangle I go. There's pi on 3 there. Tan is opposite over adjacent, so it's equal to negative square root of 3. Thank you very much. That's that.